Hi FlossTube, my name's Christy. I'm really new to this whole community, but I've been really excited about it. I was first introduced to it through a video by Carolyn Mazzio, go figure. My mom called me in one day and she's like, "You've got to see this video. We're so going to stitch some HandDyedDivas. We've never stitched HandDyedDivas before. We've always been too intimidated by them." And she said, you will totally love her method. She was showing the parking method. I've never tried that before. So now that we know about the parking method, we're all really gung-ho on starting a HandDyed for the very first time. So I know you came here to talk about stitching, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip to that now. I have been stitching for about 20 years. It could be closer to 22, I don't know. I don't remember how exactly old I was, but it's been at least 20 years. So I have a lot of finishes, but I'm not going to show you all my finishes right now. I will leave those for a later video. I thought I would just show you my current WIPS for now. Actually, just my WIPS, because only one is current and active. I have 3 WIPS that are not finished, but 2 of them are more like UFOs, because it's been a while since I worked on them. For various reasons I will explain as I go along. I'll show you my current WIP, and I think I'm going to have to take it out of my Q-snap. I should have done that before I started my video, but oh well. I was getting a little overwhelmed. Okay, I'll just take it all the way out of my Q-snap and then show you. Now, hence my moniker, HandDyedDiva, which I really laugh at because I'm by no means a diva of anything. But I do love hand-dyed fabrics, and I do love hand-dyed fibers. So anyway, this is what I'm currently working on. And this is Persephone by Mirabilia. And I thought maybe the fabric would be too wild and crazy, but I honestly really, really love this. And by the way, you can see my, sorry, I'm getting a little bit annoying here, but you can see my little needle minder here. I love this needle minder. It says Once Upon a Time on it. And it's so cute. By the way, and I'll just say this much, when I got it, the back of it had nothing on it, and it was so hard to get the magnet to separate that I glued my own little flower on the back of it. It all matches, and I thought that was so cute. So anyway, alright, what I will note about this, as I sloppily fold it, sheesh, is the trim on her dress was before like a mustardy gold, gross, yucky, mustardy, goldy, browny, looked like throw up when I started stitching it. I could not stand that color, so I did my own conversion of the purple trim, and I'm actually really happy with it. I think it pulls out certain tones in the fabric that were kind of getting neglected, but yeah, I really like that. Okay, so that's Persephone by Mirabilia, and I don't know if I'm quite halfway done, but I took about a 1.5-year hiatus off of working on this because when I first started it, I really, really was gung-ho on it. And then as I looked at it, I was really second-guessing my fabric choice and thinking, maybe I don't want to stitch it on that. Maybe I need to find something that will go with it better. But the more and more I looked at it over that year, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to finish it. I think it will be better than I imagine it. Alright, so my second WIP, which is really a UFO, but I'm going to pull it out as... I don't know if I'm going to wait until I'm done with Persephone, but I'm going to wait just a little bit longer to do it because I'd like to start a new project. But the other one that I have had in my UFO folder is, sorry if I cannot get a glare, is, which one is this one called? Blossom Harvest by Mirabilia. She's really cute. She's really cute and petite, and she has so many charms on her head. So many charms. And forgive my fingernails. They all broke off recently. But anyway, that's her. And this is how far I got on her before I threw in the towel. Which, she's very cute. And this is 32 count, I think it's called Jungle Boogie by Silkweaver. It's a really pretty piece of fabric. It's lovely. The reason why I stopped her is because I did not like that gold color in there. And I was so wanting to not rechart, but do a conversion on her colors, and I've never been able to settle on a conversion. So she's just been languishing in my UFO pile, and I may just pull her out and just stitch her the way she's charted, just because I hate having unfinished projects. But she's gonna be pretty. I mean, I think I'm fretting too much. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I think I'm just thinking through it too much. But yeah, she's really pretty, and yeah, she's a little bit folded up, a little bit wrinkled, because I just had her stored away for a bit, but I think she'll be pretty. By the way, my Persephone is done on 32 count Bewitched by Silkweaver. And then my third WIP, second UFO, and this one's really kind of sad. I'm a little bit, this is a little pathetic. This is Cinderella by Mirabilia. And I got pretty far on her, actually, because think about it, that's a big skirt. That is a big skirt. I got pretty far. The problem with this one was, and by the way, I stitched her on, I believe it's a 28 count cashel. It called for sapphire linen, but I don't think this is sapphire linen. It just looks really, really similar to it. So, I had recharted her hand and her feet and her head because I did not like the skin. And by the way, I did her hand 1/1. Her hand looked like a lobster claw. I am not kidding you. It was so sad. I recharted the hand. It looks so much better. So much better than the original. And I had her foot recharted. It was so cute. Oh, I had the foot recharted so nicely. And then I had her face, and I gave her long hair. We got to packing up to be moving, which we didn't end up doing. We didn't end up moving. I got everything packed up. I lost my chart and the rechart. So I'm not stitching this because I don't like it or don't want to or lost my stitching bug for it. I can't find my chart. So as soon as I do, you know I will be pulling this out and finishing this because she was one of my favorite Mirabilias. Anyway, I don't have that many WIPs because I usually finish them. I'm usually a one at a time stitcher. I think I'm going to start a slight rotation because the next stitching project I want to start is a HAID, and I need a couple to go between on HAIDs. You know, I've got to have a little bit of a break on that. I can't do a solid HAID, which takes a couple years, and not have something easy to go between. So I thought I'd show you the HAID I'm going to stitch. This is, I've done a lot of searching through HAIDs, through the website. I've done a lot of searching, trying to find the ideal project, because I know when I do one, I'm probably not going to get that many stitched in my lifetime, because they're just so intense and they take so long. So I wanted to really make sure I loved it, really loved it. So I found this project and I really, really love it. This is called Innocence by Nini Thomas. Now I'm going to stitch the miniature, not because I want to stitch the miniature, but because the big project is so much bigger. Oh my goodness, as you can tell, this one is 225 by 315. Now that's manageable. That's manageable for me. She is so gorgeous. I love absolutely everything about her. The big project that I really wish I could stitch if I had the fortitude for it is 524 by 734. I cannot commit to that size of a project. I don't have that much patience, and I'm not a super fast stitcher. Like I said, I am a perfectionist. And I don't stitch very fast because I want my stitches to look perfect. I want my stitches to look beautiful because I know once they're in, I'm going to have to look at those stitches for years and years and forever, and my family and my children, when I pass them down to them, are going to be looking at my stitches forever. I want them to look as good as they possibly can. I'm very, very particular. In fact, I was going to show you one thing. Sorry, my nose is really runny right now. I'm really trying to not sniffle too much. I was going to show you, I have to do a couple shout outs. I wasn't sure I was going to do this in this video, but I will. I was going to do a shout out, first of all, to Carolyn Mazzio. Because, Carolyn, I know you're not really doing videos right now, but I wish, you know, if your life is conducive to doing them again, and if you are able to do them again, that you will come back to us, because your videos were so enlightening, and they were so encouraging, and you were so informative, and really, that's missed. I've really watched, like, all of your videos. Because of you, I have learned the parking technique and the pin stitch. It's just one more step in the perfecting of my stitching, and I appreciate that so much. So anyway, like I said, I'm a perfectionist. I will show you, this is the back of my stitching on my Persephone right now. I'm doing the pin stitch, and I honestly think it looks so good because, okay, I was not doing all the pin stitching in the white area here. That was before I learned the pin stitch, but all on this purple part and all this lower part down here, I've been doing the pin stitch. And it looks so good. It looks so good. So I'm really appreciative of that. And I think my stitches look alright. Do my stitches look alright to you guys? I think they look alright. And I'm hoping I'm not getting it too close and it's not showing up right. But, I really love the pin stitch. That's my new favorite method. And I will surely be doing that because I've always been really frustrated when I get too short of a threads, or if I get, you know, I use one long strand, use a little bit of it and have to cut it off, and then I have this long strand that's good enough to use a good portion of it. I hate the whole tying it in and starting again. The pin stitch makes it so much better. So yes, I have to call out Carolyn Mazzio for that and just say thank you. Thank you for your informative video. A couple other shout outs. I would love to say hello and thank you to Teresa Little Stitcher. You were one of the first people I watched on here, and I was blown away by the fact that the first project you started was a HAID. I mean, that's like such an intimidating thing for me, but when you said, hey, it's just little X's, I'm like, of course it is. So then you kind of put me to shame, but you really inspired me to go ahead and just start this beautiful HAID that I've had in my collection for a couple of years, which is not available on the website anymore, by the way. I'm really sorry about that. For anyone who's getting their hopes up, it's not available on HAID anymore. I also wanted to say a shout out to Stitcherista. I have watched all of your videos, and you can be very, very funny. And you have got me started on a collection of needle minders. Now, my needle minders are not, they're not, you know, breeding as quickly as yours are. Yours just keeps growing and growing and growing. Mine is growing more slowly than that. But I have about a dozen needle minders now, and I really love them. They're so fun, and I'm trying to make some more of my own now. But yeah, I really hope you're doing well. I know that you've been going through a lot with your treatments and chemo and radiation and all that, and I really hope you're doing well. I'm glad to see you still have some fight in you. You're a feisty, and it's not going to get you down. So I'm glad for that. Vonna also, Vonna Pfeiffer, I guess I can leave some links down in the description below. Vonna, your videos are fun. I really enjoy your videos, and your personality is really magnetic. So I really enjoy your videos as well, and there are others as well, but I can't shout out to everyone. This will take too long, and I really wanted to keep this around about 20-minute video for my introduction. So hopefully I didn't bore you too much. In future videos I can show like my needle minders and finishes, because I have quite a lot of finishes. Quite a lot of finishes. A lot of finishes. So I'm going to call this a day for right now and say I hope you all have a great week stitching, and I hope you can get some inspiration out of my video, a little bit at least. Maybe it'll spur someone else on to show their WIPS, or maybe some stitching techniques. I'm always up for learning new stitching techniques. I'm always up for meeting new friends. Honestly, I know no other stitchers in person other than my mother, who is the person who showed me how to stitch. So she and I stitch a lot, quite a bit. Sorry, I said that wrong. She and I stitch together quite a lot. And so I thought it would be fun to come here and meet some new people who actually get it and get me. So anyway, this is fun, and I've really enjoyed all the videos I've watched. Hope to meet some new stitchy friends and have some fun chats and learn new things. So, ciao for now.